Welcome back to the Broken series. This week we take on a difficult topic, or at least it was for me. This week we're talking about broken bodies. It seems like every week we hear of another person who has been diagnosed with cancer or some other dire medical condition. We've all lost someone to illness. Some people suffer for years with physical conditions that make their lives challenging. My mother suffered for many years on a cruel journey with Lewy body dementia that ravaged her mind and eventually her body. It was extremely difficult to see her body be slowly broken in that horrible way. It seemed so unfair that someone who had loved and served the Lord so fervently had to spend her last years on earth barely aware of her surroundings. But it wasn't just her that was affected by her dementia. We all suffer when a loved one suffers. Our physical bodies are weak at best. And most of us have had a broken body at one time or another. I know I have. I know what it's like to be broken. I have had a serious illness where I was completely well one moment and in the intensive care unit the next. It is hard to understand why we and our family and friends must experience pain and sickness. When we struggle with an illness, it is natural to have questions and doubts that haunt us. Maybe you have asked yourself these questions. Does God care about me? If He did, would He allow me to suffer like this? Will I ever be well again? When your body is broken, it feels overwhelming and like your whole life is broken. Don't despair. God is not shocked by your questions. During His ministry on earth, Jesus healed many people who had broken bodies, some who had been sick for a long time. However, we know He did not heal everyone that was sick. That is hard for us to understand, but we know we can trust in God's will for our lives. Remember, He promised He would never leave us or forsake us. We learn from His Word that we are not to focus on the why of our weakness, but about what God can do through our brokenness. Jesus had great compassion for the suffering of the sick, but His true calling was the healing of their broken souls.